Coffee's coming through and you're running on all 4 cylinders. Welcome, thank you for coming out this morning. Got a few questions just to start before I introduce myself. First of all, how smooth is your business? What are you currently using to track your finances? And I was previously a teacher, so if I referred to you as all business owners, just know that I'm speaking mainly to business owners, but of course we all have friends who are business owners, so I probably will refer to you in the first person a lot. But what are you currently using to track your finances? What does your cash flow inform you about your business? And cash flow would be the cash or cash equivalents that come in and out of your account, and most of the time that refers to how much equity. Are your business taxes complete for 2017? The golden question. Yeah, I already see some heads shaking. No. If I could do all that for you, so you've kind of had to think through a few things, but if I could do all of those for you, what would that allow you to do? And that is a huge question. My name is Megan Coberly, and I'm with Academic Accounts. It's a virtual bookkeeping business, and I launched it just previously this year, so a little bit new in the program, but enjoying what I'm learning. Was previously a teacher, and maybe me and Julie's is somewhat the same, but just realized that the 9 to 5 was not my cup of tea, and the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, I really would like to do my own business and start something. And I was led to this through just some online search and some different things that happened in my life. But Megan Coberly. Let's see if that Wi-Fi is working. I know. Wake up. There it is. Yes, that's right. Yep, Academic Accounts, your partner for smooth day-to-day business transactions. You might have to do it again. It's not showing. I think it's working. I just think it's really, really slow. Thanks. What is a virtual bookkeeper? Oftentimes you throw the word bookkeeper out and people are like, oh, okay, that's nice, but there really is not much of an idea behind it. We all understand virtual, I think, at this point with just the rise of computers and stuff, but a bookkeeper is a professional who provides their services and for a client using software and apps mainly. And as a bookkeeper, we're able to post financial transactions, we're able to update, review your financial statements, and then as well as reconciling accounts, which is the main idea behind a bookkeeper. They're taking those incomes, those expenses, they're putting them in the correct categories so that you know exactly where your money's going, exactly how much you have, so on and so forth. Works so well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Benefits of outsourcing your bookkeeping. What are some benefits? You know, I see the need, there's obviously a need for bookkeepers, whether it's an in-house bookkeeper or in my case, outsourcing your bookkeeping. So what would be some benefits? Well, certainly there's more time. As a business starts, it's very easily managed. I wouldn't say easily, there's certainly time spent, but it's a little bit more manageable. You've got your just basic employers, your 1 to 2 expenses that come in and out that are main, but the more you gain ground, the more traction you have, the more time you're spending as a result. And most people when they start a business, they don't sign up to be their own bookkeeper either. It's something that just comes with part of it, but at a certain point, it becomes very, very productive for you to be able to give that to somebody else, and as a result, I'm able to create time for you to be able to invest it in your business, to ensure a quality product, or maybe just to grow your client base. Save money. We also see that money is time quite a bit, quite often, so the top 2 are the most easily sellable points, but you can save money, and we know that things done the right way the first time save you money, especially in the long run. And so saving you money, whether it's tax returns, whether it's finding a way to help you lower your margins, so on and so forth. You've got the expertise side to outsourcing some bookkeeping, and that would be handling your finances and putting it in the hands of a professional, one who is certified in the software. I can tell you a hammer is an awesome tool, right? I mean, we all have probably used it once or another in our lifetime. But if you put a hammer in my hand compared to you put a hammer in a carpenter's hand, that tool all of a sudden has so much more power. And the same is true with your bookkeeping. You may use software yourself, you may have someone, but when you put it into the hands of someone who knows how to use the software and to yield the most power, it becomes an inexpensive thing. Scalability options. Maybe you start small and you realize your business is changing. Every 6 months or so, I'm able to take a look at my clients and say, what do you need? Is there anything we can scale back on? You just don't need it as much. so on and so forth. So as your business grows, we can grow together. And then the peace of mind, and that's what we really look for when we're working with a business and starting a business. Are those business finances keeping you up at night? Is there something you can do to get that peace of mind and to know it's being handled by a professional? Maybe again. My standard package, and if I had to standardize something, this is what it would look like. But as with Julie's, mine's very customizable, and I want to get to know your business and be able to add the most value for you specifically. But if I had to put a standard package together, it'd be a minimum of 50 transactions. Those are your ins and outs, a minimum of 2 bank accounts, so maybe a checking account and a savings account, or more likely a merchandise account and a checking account. 1 loan, 1 hour of monthly phone video chat. Now that is unlimited support all throughout our relationship, all throughout while you're a client, but you would have that 1 hour of monthly phone video chat so that I can interpret those numbers for you, so that I can answer any questions you have about maybe what you're seeing on the software, so on and so forth. 3 standard financial reports, annual reports for tax prep, quarterly would be a different and would be customizable. And then the 2 subscriptions that are most popular for me would be the accounting subscription, QuickBooks Zero, or the management subscription. Thanks. One just quick, you've heard of it. Maybe you already are thinking of someone who stays up at night. They're always complaining about their day-to-day transactions. They're putting it to the side. They could use some help. It would start with a contact or a contact call, whether that's in person or whether it's them calling my number. And from there, we would likely result in a consultation, give an hour for consultation. That's where we both just put it all out on the line. You know exactly what I'm able to offer. You tell me what you're currently using to track your finances. You tell me what you're scared about in terms of your finances. You just give me everything you can about your business. What are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? So in that hour, it's all on the table, and I'm able to learn more about you and your business. That would result, if we're a good fit, in a proposal where I take all of that information, I go home, and I send you a proposal through some sort of document or in person if you like, and that would just be a list of my benefits, telling you exactly what you're getting, what price point we would need to agree on. And then the engagement letter would be right behind it, and you would sign that if you were wanting to work with me. And then we're partners, we're teammates, and that would give us just a paper copy to go back to and say this is what was agreed upon, so on and so forth. So it is very customizable, and that proposal stage is where I'm able to customize it a lot. That's it. That's Academic Accounts, Megan Coberly. Questions? Yes, ma'am, in the back.
Basically, your standard package for a small business that's maybe, I guess a small business would be 2 or less people.
Okay.
Would it be affordable?
Would it be affordable?
Yes.
So the price point?
Yes.
She asked what the price points would be. That standard package, if I had to put a standard package, is about $350. So obviously, if you take away from those transactions, if you do not have 50 transactions per month, since that was do you mind going back to the slide? Awesome. If you do not have the minimum of 50, let's say really you only have 25 at this point in your business, or 40, so on and so forth, then that would be scaled back. So that whole package, everything there is $350.
What's the max?
The max of transactions?
Yeah, how does it go up from there? At what point do you say, hey, the standard package you're too big for the standard package, you have to bump up?
Oh, I see. I put together the standard package just so you can see, but I don't sell in packages. For instance, I have an Excel spreadsheet. If I take away your software subscription, it's going to lower the price. So I don't have packages yet that I actually have presented. It's very customizable. Yes, sir.
How many clients do you have now?
0. I'm with Julie. Hire me. I will say I have offered my services to my neighbor who has she's a massage therapist, a personal massage therapist. I offered those for her for free, just to kind of get some relationships going. She didn't quite take it. I think she's pretty comfortable.
What about
Supplementing? Is that what you asked?
Well, we have our own, so for instance, we have a couple of people, but
Okay.
I also ask them to do a lot.
Right.
So they run out of maybe daylight every month.
I see.
So you coming in, supplementing, and helping them with their
I haven't considered that. My goal as a business owner was to be able to do something that I could mainly do from home, just in the...
No, what I mean, you can do it from home.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
being a virtual support.
Right, and I could be...
An existing team.
Yes, definitely. That would be a great option. Yes, ma'am.
My question is, if you're a consultant and you really haven't been able to set up an LLC and you're kind of doing things on the side, would you be able to help with that? Kind of just get an LLC established, bank accounts and all of that?
Would I be able to help? It's not my line of work, I will say. I wouldn't say I'm a professional in that area. I have set up an LLC, but it's not something I'm studied up on or willing to deliver for a price. Yeah, I really am looking to help a business that already currently has some motion. Startups would be probably for a different type of financial advisor.
Can you pick your primary platform? You mentioned Shopify and Xero, which are like
Yes.
totally different from a user interface.
I have Xero and QuickBooks certifications, and so I'm able to work in both of those. I prefer Xero. A lot of people prefer QuickBooks. And so I did get my certification in QuickBooks just in case I had a client that said, I do not want to leave QuickBooks. I'm comfortable. I can do it. It's an online. So I have that certification, but I do prefer Xero and do my own in Xero. Yes?
What's your capacity and what's your target business market, basically?
Good question. I have wanted to get a niche, and my first, hence the name Academic Counts, my first niche was possibly daycares, preschools, just because that's my background. I grew up completely academic setting, and I'm very comfortable with that terminology. I haven't moved away from it. I would still love to target them, but right now my goal is a first client, and I think that's, you know, a logical goal, I guess is the best word for it. And so I've kind of scaled back a little bit from that, but I would love to do like a mailing to preschools and daycares, and I just want to stray away from nonprofits. Yes, so really I haven't chosen a niche, and if it comes organically and it's not daycares or preschools, then, you know, I'm more than comfortable to willing to learn their industry. Massage therapists are possibilities. I've thought of a few other, but they're escaping me right now. But did I answer your question? Yeah. Awesome. Yes, sir.
I think you're better off finding a niche, because I think most clients like to know that you know their industry and that it can be more complicated. So if you, whatever that niche is, and it'll be very repetitive, it'll be able to scale with
Right.
target accounts and things like that, so you're not having to reinvent and customize everything for every different method.
Right, and I completely agree. That is definitely where I want to head with it. Yes.
What's the biggest resistance you've had to get in your first? Like, were you hearing objections or?
My biggest, I think it's probably just, it's a specific type of client. It's a client who has major pain. And a lot of times I'm running into clients who like the idea, but they're comfortable doing it themselves, or, you know, they're comfortable having just that hired in-service person. And I haven't found that, I suppose I haven't just found someone whose pain point is just so much that they're willing to outsource it and completely give it to somebody
I think the
else.
pain, like the pain's there, and like that's good you're on it, but like you think you need to identify it more. Like the time is a big deal. I mean, it's not just like accounting's really boring. You know
Right.
what I mean? But as like a small business owner, like the time just sitting there going through statements and like reports and everything, I mean, that's like time spent away from family and kids.
Sure.
Stress that causes health problems. I think like you really dive in. Like the pain is there.
Right.
You gotta like make them. You gotta bring it to like,
Feel it in the forefront. It's a good point. I hear that. Yes.
Is there a need for accountants to bring on extra people like yourself during hard times? So rather than trying to get 10 businesses, you go to one accountant who brings you all that. Is that a thing?
That is a suggestion, and I have connected with payroll services, not specifically accountants. I'll come back to that point, but payroll services, because it's one thing I want to stay away from in my business, just because I feel like the detailed aspect of it, it's going to take away from the value I can provide as a person and as a bookkeeper. So I have teamed up with some payroll providers, and as a result, I'm getting some traction there. In terms of accounting, yes, I think it would be a little bit down the road just to establish myself, but I have considered maybe a CPA or something who they want to stick with the accounting the one time a year someone comes to them, and then the bookkeeping, the day-to-day, gets sent out to someone like me that they know and trust. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Have you considered setting something up where you could train people who are at the beginning and maybe not ready to pay a monthly fee? But for example, I know when I started my business, and I'm still at that phase where I won't be able to hire you, but
Right.
you somebody could teach me so I could put the things in the right little boxes, because
Right.
you know, when I go to my bookkeeper at the end of the year, sometimes she's like, Trish, that's supposed to be in that box.
Right.
Sometimes I think every year I'll spend like 2 days going through everything. It took me 2 days to do sales. I set up sales tax this year, and I was really in tears trying to understand. I sold one book, and I still had to register.
You had to do it all.
Tax, and
Right.
if somebody could help me to set it up, and maybe as my business scales, I could hire you. But if you go and set, I don't know, like
Give you an entry, some sort of.
direction,
Right.
because some of us are not ready yet.
Sure.
Something, but we need to get a good system in place that are we making it up as we go along.
And that's an excellent, excellent point, because I have thought about that. Because my bookkeeping service is a little bit more geared toward those who, I understand there's going to be a lot of people who aren't ready and who outsourcing isn't a question yet. But maybe I could partner with somebody and find somebody who knows, you know, what you would need and has already kind of put together a training. And if I couldn't find something, consider building something myself in terms of a package. So that's a great suggestion. I really didn't think about that. Yes.
I think that the nonprofit board that I sit on and another organization that I'm very familiar with utilizes a service very similar to you. They utilize that outsourced bookkeeper, and it has been an absolute win. So I think that there's for sure a marketplace, because maybe, Michael, to your question, organization becoming too large, it would make sense to use you if you were if monthly was paid, you would have paid an FTE full-time.
Yes.
So you would then just bring that person in-house.
Right.
But really, from the startup all the way to that point, you make a whole lot of sense.
That's true.
My question is another one of your value propositions, does it provide, by you being an outsourced third party, do you provide another level of checks and balances that basically gives more legal legitimacy to the business, because it's not just one person, one set of eyes on the book? Right,
And I think that's a key tool I haven't even considered. Well, I've considered it, but didn't think about it in terms of the presentation. But yes, there's another set of eyes that's not part of the business. And, you know, some could argue on the other side that, well, she's not part of the business, she doesn't understand how we roll, and so on and so forth. But it definitely brings in that check and balance. And with the way I run things, there's a way they can check me as well, so that I'm not, you know, sifting money, which, you know, I would never do. But yes, definitely some checks and balances from outside. Julie?
Well, I really don't know how this will go, but anyway.
Okay, go for it.
About the legality of this, and how would you cover that? So say there was a mistake on your end.
Right. I have considered it. No, it's okay. No, it's not the worst question. No bad questions. I was a teacher. I take that back. There are some bad questions on there. I have considered the legality of it, and have looked into possibly hiring someone to help me word things. I don't know that I sit and, you know, think about, what if I make a mistake? I try not to think those, but it's something to definitely consider, and I would probably need someone on the side to tell me, you know, do it this way, or show your work this way, so on and so forth. Yeah, right. Maybe like an attorney. You need to too. Attorney, something.
Like a piece of paper that basically says, hey, you have to check all this over, blah, 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 like just to cover CYA for him. So that could be something as easy as that.
Right, yeah. And it would be just a simple solution, but definitely need to think about it. Thanks. Yes. Yes, sir.
Just like helping you become the mentor or coach, they help
Yes.
guide you.
Yes, sir.
And they help find your first client.
I have, and still haven't landed first client, but I definitely feel traction coming. I just started Network probably about June or so, but I do have a mentor, and as a result of that, I will be able to get a certified bookkeeper certification, so that's another thing. Yes, ma'am.
Also, since you said you're a teacher, you can, I don't know A lot of times, since they have kids at home, like somebody had already mentioned, if they want to spend more time with their kids, they need your service.
Right. And that's a great thought. I have connections, and that's another avenue I could easily use with that, and do have some parents that I can think of myself. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
What avenues of marketing have you done? Have you done like Facebook or?
Started a Facebook page. I figured because it is handling finances, and it is one of those, you want to be trustworthy, you want to be reputable, you probably want a referral. I've really hit the networking hard, and so came to 1 Million Cups, visited twice, and then Kelly presented me coming and actually presenting. So I took up that opportunity. Networking groups, done some LinkedIn mining where I've looked for ADP, which is a payroll company. I've done that. I do have a Facebook page. I haven't hit it hard. I think it probably needs to get going pretty soon, but I haven't hit it hard. And trying to think of some other venues I've done.
You have a website?
Yes, thank you. I definitely I do have a website, and that's under academic accounts. I didn't put it up there, but I have a website. Yes, ma'am.
So what is your target are you trying to get a small range, local, or are you trying to
My target right now is local, just because I think that face-to-face, I love the face-to-face. I enjoy meeting people, and you know, you can just easily read somebody face-to-face, but I would like to be virtual in terms of being able to do someone from California who, you know, has found me, and I've got a reputation, and they're willing to work with me. I would like to move it so that I can get any kind of clients. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, Megan. So what can the Pensacola community do for you?
I think right now what I would ask for you is to grab a business card and refer me. I think that would be probably what I would just honestly up front ask of you, just so I can get that traction and start hitting the ground with some experience and with some actual clients. And other than that, similar to Julie, like my Facebook page, visit my website, but definitely grab some business cards and think of me when you hear somebody complaining about their finances.